We are not going to call these client appreciation events. Call it something like I Love You Latte or National Donut Day Celebration or We All Scream for Ice Cream. Whatever it may be, don't say it's a current client appreciation event because those who aren't clients won't attend and feel excluded.
Welcome to the Referrals Podcast, the show designed to help everyone from the solopreneur to the Fortune 500 company win the referral game. And now, here is your host, Michael J. Maher.
What is the Referral Mastery System? Well, it used to be called the 7L system after 7L was written, but the Referral Mastery System is much bigger and much more all-encompassing. The Referral Mastery System is a set of strategies, processes, and procedures to maximize the generosity generation, which is the current consumer, and in doing so, maximizing word-of-mouth, relationship marketing, and referrals. So there are three key pillars to the Referral Mastery System. The first is one-to-none. That is our self-mastery pillar. And then one-to-one, which is the relationship mastery pillar. That is for our one-to-one conversations and one-to-one relationships. And then we have the one-to-many pillar, which is our event mastery element to the Referral Mastery System. A lot of times we'll have people grade themselves on this triangle as to where they feel 0 to 10 on self-mastery, 0 to 10 on event mastery, and 0 to 10 on relationship mastery. And we're really seeking to improve in all of those areas over time. The generosity generation one-to-none pillar. So this is self-mastery. And guess what? This is connecting with ourself. And we have an acronym within that, which is #FLY, which is first, love yourself. And another one that we use quite often is first, lead yourself. First, lead yourself. First, love yourself. Take care of yourself first. How is your relationship with yourself? Do you love yourself? Are you healthy, wealthy, happy? How are you becoming healthier, wealthier, and happier? And what does your personal growth plan look like? And guess what? We can help you design your growth plan. We have many, many courses that help you with the self-mastery pillar, and we'd love to help you develop your growth plan. The one-to-one pillar is relationship mastery. How well do you build relationships one-to-one? How are your consultations and presentations? That is a big one. One of the first steps we help people is to develop their listing presentation, develop their buyer's consultation. And of course, I show and share mine quite a bit. And then even if you're not in real estate, if you're a financial planner or an attorney or something like that, we're going to help you deliver and develop that all-important initial consultation. You're missing out on referrals if you're not doing an initial consultation. You're a warranty company, title company, an inspector. You should do an initial consultation with your new clients. Sit down with them 30 minutes, explain the process, explain your expectations, and explain how it works working with you and why it's different. And guess what? You're going to succeed more often. You're going to have less arguments. You're going to have less frustrations when people just ghost you because you didn't meet their expectations, but you still just ran your system. So, do you have a communication plan? Do you have a one-to-one plan? Do you have an initial consultation? Now, the third pillar is the one-to-many, and this is what differentiates our referral strategy and our referral mastery system from all the other referral systems out there, is we put a huge emphasis on events. How well do you build relationships one-to-many? Have you, basically it's learn about events, attend events, do events, teach events. That's the process. So how well do you build relationships in an event? Tell me about your events. Tell me about the events you've attended. Tell me about the events that you are hosting or co-hosting or partnering with sponsors on, and, go from there. Do you have a yearly appreciation plan, an all yap for everyone you know? Do you have that yearly appreciation plan for all of your sphere and all of the people you've ever known from elementary school on up? And do you have a yearly ambassador program to keep your top people? The thing that's really sad is when, and I've had this happen to me before, is when you have an ambassador, somebody speaking highly of you and referring you regularly and willingly. And guess what? Because you no longer talk to them or fall out of communication with them for whatever reason, they slip through the cracks. Here's what I'm going to tell you about ambassadors. Is ambassadors don't just leave you and you lose what they tend to refer, right? What happens is an ambassador tends to ambassador. So when they're not ambassadoring you, they're ambassadoring your competition. So when you find someone who is a cheerleader, raving fan, super fan, ambassador, or a champion, somebody who's going to speak highly of you, or somebody who speaks highly of you and refers you, you have got to have a plan for them. You've got to have more communication with them. Therefore, you need to have a yearly ambassador program. We call it a Top Yet program. So self-mastery, how is your relationship with yourself? In self-mastery, it's about success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Either you run the day or the day runs you. We really boil it down to daily execution. We're a believer in that. Self-mastery, relationship mastery is how well do you build relationships one-on-one. Phone calls, Zoom, which is essentially the video call of the modern era, in person, and so on and so forth. Handwritten notes are a great way to also develop and follow up the relationship. Client consultations, listing presentations, one-to-one networking, conversations. The key to success in sales is conversations. You need to have more conversations. That's it. You want to get more successful in business, more successful in sales, track your conversations. How many conversations are you having on a daily basis? The more conversations you have, the more conversions you'll have. The more conversions you have, the more contracts you'll have. So the quality of the conversation is determined by the quality of the questions. In reality, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions. Become a better question asker, right? Become better at that. Well, a lot of times when people talk about scripts and dialogues, it's about answers. But what if we practice learning better questions? We wouldn't even need the scripts and dialogues. We wouldn't need all the answers because the people have the answers. We just need to pull the answers out of them and then serve the solution. That's it. So that is relationship mastery. And then event mastery is that third pillar. Just a little deeper convo on that is how well do you build relationships one-to-many? This is about your community involvement, your community building, building your own tribe of trust. You're building, either that's a company or it's a network of people. Events, parties, and shared experiences all fit within this realm. You truly can party your way to success. What is the best email, direct mail piece, handwritten note, text, video? We talk all the time is like we should communicate with our database. We should communicate with our sphere. So what is the best reason to ever contact your sphere or reach out to someone? And I will tell you that this came from a conversation that I had with the members of the Generosity Generation. They were like, it would be great to have a poster of the reasons to call people. Well, so I started doing that. I started creating it. Well, as I got to doing it, I did a fix on it, right? And the fix is a process I use to get major projects done. And it's 7 F's, right? Figure out what you want to fix is number one. And then it's funnel. So take all the ideas and funnel them to one place, either digitally or in reality, right? So funnel it, or mentally. You could actually funnel it mentally. And then filter, right? Take out the bad, keep the good, keep the best, tweak it, whatever it is, filter, and then focus on those final ones that you really got to focus on. And then you're going to follow up forever. And follow through is do what you say you're going to do. Follow up is make it better, hone it to mastery, improve it, make it wow, make it sing, make it sizzle. And then forever, which is what is your system to improve this over time? How often do you need to maintain whatever this project is? If it's a buyer book, you could say, all right, we're going to look at it in a month. Then we're going to look at it in 3 months. Then we're going to look at it in 6 months, right? And it's like, all right, it's awesome. It works. And then, you know what? After 6 months, you're talking maybe a sentence or two is the adjustment. Instead of that big, giant, huge project that you started with was, I need a buyer book. Well, you completed the buyer book. It wasn't perfect, but it was done. And then you got to tweak it over time because of your forever plan, right? Your maintenance plan. So I did that with this, what are the best reasons to call your database and call your sphere and talk to people you know. Well, it all boiled down to one thing. And I truly believe this is kind of the unifying theory of referrals, that what is the number one way to maximize your referrals, and what is the best reason to ever contact your, this is the solution for every day. Like, what if we had a solution to talk about our database every day? Some people talk about a catastrophe call, like after a hailstorm or after, a big rainstorm or hurricane or COVID. We called it the catastrophe call. And the catastrophe calls, we just call like after a hailstorm and say, hey, listen, your roof okay, you guys okay, everything. And 99.9% of the time they were fine. And every once in a while we'd refer to them, right? But it's like, all right, that's a great call to do. And I know that Josh Frazee in Michigan did 1,000 catastrophe calls once COVID hit. And he was just saying, I'm going to the store. Do you want me to pick anything up? I'll pick up toilet paper or water or anything. He made over 1,000 calls. And out of those 1,000 calls, nobody took him up on the offer. So he got a free call and he was going anyway. And yet he had his best year ever in 2020 and 2021. Best years ever, right? And we're talking a guy that like 5x'd his transactions. So here's the thing. With all that said, the best reason to ever contact your database is an invitation to an event. It's about an event. An invitation to an event is naturally attractive. It is powerful. It is the number one way. The power to events is not in the event. The power in events is in the invitation. It's you getting on the phone. It's you on the handwritten note, you sending an email, text message, video text, video email, Facebook message, whatever it may be. But there is power in the invitation. And I truly believe that some of the biggest mistakes that even top producers make, the number one biggest mistake is 0 events, right? The number 2 biggest mistake is they have one event in the fall, typically for everyone. And everybody's tired, it's exhausting, and they messed up. Well, what we've discovered is there is a better way and there is a magic number. The secret is in the series. Truly, it's a series of events that are going to maximize your referrals. So one of those is the All Yap, which is the yearly appreciation plan for everyone you know. This is not just an event. It is a series of events throughout the year. And then there is something called the Top Yap, which is for your yearly ambassador program. This is your top referral sources, most connected people, biggest cheerleaders, most successful people you know. And it's not just an event, once again, but it is a series of events. So what does that look like? Well, we need to remember that as soon as we set a deadline for an event, we are going to get nervous and we are going to get supercharged because we don't want nobody to show up at the event. We want people to show up. So we're going to have more energy. We're going to get on the phone. We're going to do stuff. You set the deadline, you set the date, and all of a sudden, lights on, you're ready to go, right? So the first one I want to explain is the All Yap, which is for everyone you know. This is the All Yap, yearly appreciation plan for everyone you meet, everyone you know. So it looks like this. That is a squiggly line. Please notice that there are 3 humps in the line. So January and February, we're doing invitations and confirmations. March, we're doing our event. And then the month of April, we are doing all of our follow-up and kind of gearing up for the next event. Then we will be inviting people in May and June. And then in July, we do our event. And then we follow up in August. And then we also start to gear up for our next event. So September, October, we'll be inviting people to our November event. And then the most beautiful month for follow-up in the entire year is December. Great month to follow up. People are in a charity mood. They're in a one-to-one mood. It seems like they just have a little bit more time to meet and appreciate the world. I don't know why December is such a great follow-up month, but it is. And you put all of that together. Yes, the magic number is 3 events. You get energy, momentum, and referrals. You'll get 0 to 5 referrals, maybe at the first event that you do. And just so you know, we've had people get 47 and 90 at their first event, but you're going to get a few. And then you do your next event. Well, you've set the tone and you started to build what we call a referral culture. in that first event. They start to understand that referrals are important to you. Well, then your July event, they're starting to get it. And some of these repeat people will come and the others start to fall in line. Well, then you have that third event and boom, you're looking at 75 to 100 referrals. And the payoff is in many cases very, very large. And what a great time to get most of your leads and referrals is November, as we go into, in some places, can be a little bit slower market. So what are some events that make sense for you in your area during spring, summer, and fall? That's a question for you to consider. And truly, the secret is in the series, right? And the success is in the planning. And that's the beauty of this, is sometimes when we talk about events, we think about how long it's going to take and how much, it just almost so much work. But if you take 8 weeks and you go week by week, it is extremely easy to have a very, very big, successful event. The problem is we hear a speech like this or whatever, and we go, oh, I'll do an event in 2 weeks. Well, then there's just all this stuff that you've got to do in 2 weeks, and it's just overwhelming. Well, if you do it over 7 or 8 weeks, you can do it very successfully, very stress-free, and have the success of referrals as well. So we all know, and this is straight from another one of my mentors, which is Zig Ziglar. He says, failing to plan is planning to fail. We need to make sure that we are not planning to fail. We need to plan to succeed, and we need to make sure we do that. Once again, remember, the power is in the invitation. So who do we invite? Who do we invite to our All Yap events? All means all. We are going to invite everyone to our All Yap events. So we're going to invite our top people. That makes sense. We are going to invite current and past clients. And just so you know, we are not going to call these client appreciation events. Call it something like I Love You Latte, or National Donut Day Celebration, or National Ice Cream Celebration, or Ice Cream Social, or we all scream for ice cream, whatever it may be. Don't say it's a current client appreciation event, because those who aren't clients won't attend and feel excluded. And the fact of the matter is, we want this to be a friends and family event, not a client event. You might want to write that down. Also, when it is a friends and family event, it does not kick in RESPA. And that's a great thing for the realtors in the family. And guess what? If it's friends and family event, right, it's not going to kick in RESPA. You can do a lot of cool things with that and have a lot more fun. And you're not using it to incentivize people or whatever. You're just having fun. And guess what? The more fun your event, the more referrals you're going to get. Networking partners and affiliates, you're going to invite them. You're going to invite your Facebook friends. You're going to invite, right here, you might want to write this down, out of town agents, other agents around the country. You're going to invite them. And then you're going to invite everyone you've ever met. That's right. It's the ultimate memory jogger, straight out of Referral Mastery Academy. You can go check that out. Everyone you've ever met. And then every lead. I have some phenomenal stories from this one where, everyone in the database was invited by accident, and then 65 of them showed up and they turned into like now deals and ready clients and that kind of thing. Some pretty cool things. So guess what? We need to intentionally include the internet leads and invite them. And guess what? Sometimes they'll say, don't invite me or whatever. Well, at least you got an opportunity to have a conversation. Also, let's say you're running low on the number of people who are going. You can do where have every person who has RSVP, they could bring a friend. And in many ways, this is a great way to increase your attendance by 50%, or in some cases, even double it. So all means all. That's who we're going to invite. The yearly ambassador program. So this is a different system and a different thing that we're going to execute. And just so you know, we have a 52-week plan for the yearly appreciation plan that I just shared with you. 52-week, every week, what to do to maximize your referrals. That is called the All Yap. This is the Top Yap. And yes, we also have a 52-week plan, week by week, what to do to maximize your referrals from your ambassadors. We've got to keep our ambassadors ambassadoring. So this is what it looks like. 4 squiggly lines would probably indicate that instead of 3 events, we're going to do 4 events. But we need to remember, with these events, they are smaller, more intimate events. That it has the element of exclusivity. privacy, special, VIP. And guess what? We're going to do a Q1 event with 20 to 30 people. We're going to do a Q2 event with 20 to 30 people. Can be same people, can be different people, right? Week 36, and then your fourth quarter event and your follow-up after that. So please notice that you'll have a quarterly event for all of your ambassadors, or let's say you get to the point where, like, I had 199 ambassadors, which is the most I've ever heard of. And I had to break this down to inviting about 40 to 50 people to each of these events. And then, 35 to 40 would say yes. And we had a nice, small, intimate event. But I really only got a chance to kind of touch my ambassadors in person once or twice. Now, if you've got super ambassadors, people that are like just referring you all the time, I have a guy named Jeff that I'm thinking of. Jeff went to all 4 of those events, right? So there you go. Once again, this maximizes your energy, momentum, and referrals. And this is the business plan for the top people in your database. And in many cases, people, this is where people start. They start executing the top YAP before they execute the all YAP, and that's fine. So the secret is in the series. It's not about doing one event, but you've got to do one event to do a series. The power is in the invitation. Once again, who are we inviting to the top event? The top YAP event? It is the top people, period. That's it, right? Whether you have 5 or 150, you're going to invite 30 to 40, maybe 50 of those people, and you're going to have a smaller, more intimate, more interactive type of event. And there are many, many, many different types of events that you could do for that type of person. Make them feel like a VIP. And in many cases, you know what makes them feel like a VIP? Being invited to the VIP event. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Invite them to an event where the other VIPs are at the event. I mean, is it getting better than that? So the attendance is in the confirmation. We do teach a confirmation sequence, what you should do as far as confirming. Once they say yes, what do you do with them to make sure they attend the event? Well, you need to confirm. So to differentiate, the top YAP is 4 events. This is the one I just went over. It's small, intimate events. They're private. They're exclusive. They're not all over Facebook. They're not all over Instagram. It is for top people only. And you could do the same event if you have different people. And that's what I did with mine, because I had different people who were mostly different people that were coming to the 4 events. But I did the same event. I did a board of ambassadors and did a quarterly board of ambassadors with different people. Now, 3, 4, 5 were the same people throughout the event, like Jeff, but overall, it's different people. Now, the all YAP is 3 events, unlimited invitations. You don't care who, you're going to invite 5,000 people to maybe get 50, maybe get 100. It is very public. Everybody's going to see you're doing it. Everyone is invited. It's different events because it's the same people. When I say same people, everyone's invited. So it's everyone you know. So it's different events, different times of the year. Now, I also, just to caveat that a bit, is I have people who do Pi Day on March 14th. 3.14 is pi in mathematics. So they do Pi or pizza pie. They do a Pi Day in March, and they also do a Pi Day for Thanksgiving in November. So you could do the same event with the same people invited. You could invite everyone to get a Thanksgiving pie and call it a Pi Day. And then you could invite everyone to get a pizza or even an apple pie in the spring and run it the same way. So you could do that, right? Depending on what the attraction is. So how do we make events even better? Well, I don't know of another lead generation method in the world where you can get paid to do it. Like, I don't know, get paid to lead generate. No, I'm not talking about getting paid when the leads close or whatever it is. No, with events, you can make money making money. You can make money by partnering with sponsors. You can also make money with charging admission. You can also make money with having arrangements with your sponsors that when you refer them someone, they could pay you a finder's fee, right? You can do those things. There's you could also have products or a service or a course that you sell at the event. So you could make money that way too. Lots of ways to make money with events. Now, then You make money with the event. Well, then you make money on the back end because of the referrals that you get using one of our 3 or all 3 of our referral systems that we teach in Event Mastery. So partner with sponsors. And we have a sponsor mastery session during Event Mastery where we help you get sponsors, and we will show you how to get those sponsors. Now, partner with a charity or nonprofit, right? You need to partner with, what does it cost you to partner with a charity at your event? It doesn't cost you anything. What would it cost to put on the invitation, please bring a blanket for the pets and vets? Doesn't cost you anything. But then 50 people bring their blanket and you get to give that to the charity. Who wins? Everyone wins. The people who bring the blanket feel awesome. They win. You have 50 blankets that none of them you provided that you're giving to the charity. You win. And then, of course, the charity wins because they get 50 blankets. And I will tell you, the person who wins the most is not even the pet or vet. It's not even the charity. It's not even the person that attends your event. It's you. You win the most. Partner with a charity or nonprofit. The fortune is in the follow-up, truly. That's why nobody else talks about follow-up. And in fact, when I started saying the fortune is in the follow-up in 2002 and 3, when I was teaching some of this stuff, nobody had ever heard of it that way. And now it's almost a common slang term, right? But the fortune truly is in the follow-up of what we do after the event. And, we have a planned 4 weeks of what we're going to do after the event. And the fortune truly is in the follow-up. So people like you have done this many, many times with the events. This is an example of Brandon. He is case study 174. This event is case study 174. Movie day, 222 attendees, 200 responses, 39 referrals, 10 me's. Me's are people who circle on the referral system form that they are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. So there's 39 referrals. That is his people telling him about other people who are looking to buy, sell, and invest. And then there's 10 people who circled and raised their own hand that said they wanted to do something. So 49 possible pieces of business from 222 attendees. Very good, very good. One of his first events. We also have another one. This is Toral. She had 145 attendees to a barbecue. She only got 44 responses to the referral system. And yet and this was her first event, essentially, with working with us. She got 44 responses. And guess what? 11 referrals and 5 me's. So 16 pieces of business from her very first event. Very cool stuff. Cynthia Bear in Atlanta, she did Fall Fest for her community. She got 148 referrals at one event. 148 referrals. 2 new buyers and a new seller that day. Like literally that day, started working with 2 people. Actually 3 people. Guess what? It doesn't end there. The rest of the story is the next event she got 207 incoming referrals for herself and 35 outgoing referrals for her sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, that is doing business. That's a big day. So, Event Mastery, in summary, the number one reason to contact your database or reach out to your sphere is an invitation to an event. Don't have an event without a sponsor. Every sponsor provides a door prize. Don't have an event without partnering with a charity or nonprofit. Make sure that you take a lot of photos and get a lot of videos at the event, and that especially works well with the follow-up. And remember, the success is in the planning, the power is in the invitation, the attendance is in the confirmation, the energy is in the event, and the fortune is in the follow-up, right? So another one you could have said in the blank is in the blank is the proof is in the pudding. And we have lots of people who have had a lot of success, right, with this. Tommy Sandvik utilized it. Jenny Pinnock utilized it. She said in here, I've never found a plan that was laid out week by week of the steps we needed to take to throw a successful event. Once she finally began and got the invitation out, she buckled down and did the work each week and ended up, getting several referrals and having actually 7 referrals and having a great time doing it. So, here's another event, Nacho Average Happy Hour, which I think is a creative, cool name. 81 sponsor referrals, which is 81 outgoing referrals, 21 referrals for himself, 650 raised for the charity, and it cost him $0 to do it because of sponsors. Here's Toral, right? Toral got better. Trust me, over time. In one event, she had 95, 69 plus 26 new pieces of business or referrals out. She sent out 161 referrals to her sponsors right there, 161 referrals for her vendors. And she made $5,800 on the event. She made income. So profit minus, expenses, income minus expenses. She ended up with a profit of $5,800. She made money before she started working with these 95 referrals and before she handed out 161 referrals. So that's event mastery in a nutshell. And that is the referral mastery system. And that is the answer to everything. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you got out of it what you needed to get out of it. I hope this helps you understand more about what we stand for. If you'd like to learn more, go to joingengen.com. That's JOINGENGEN.com. Or you can reach us at support@referco.com. And we'd love to talk to you. We'd love to help you. We are here to help. And, you can also check out Referral Mastery Academy at referralmasteryacademy.com. We'd love to have you a member. We'd love to have you be an ambassador there. And it's all good. So that is, ladies and gentlemen, the answer to everything. I tried to answer every question that we typically get when you join the Generosity Generation, start learning about the Referral Mastery System, or you've read 7L and you're ready for the next step. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.